G'day everyone, what is going on? It is your favorite producer from Down Under, Jhin, back with another video. And in this one, I'm going to be showing you guys how to make an analog inspired sample for an artist such as Travis Scott inside of FL Studio. But yeah, if you are new here, would greatly appreciate it if you do punch that subscribe button for me. And while you're at it, you might as well flick that little bell so you get notified every single time that a video drops. Friendly reminder that I do stream live over on Twitch as well. So if you do want to catch up with the shenanigans live, would greatly appreciate it if you follow me over there as well. But with that being said, let's get into FL Studio and let's deconstruct this sample. Okay, so here we are inside of FL Studio, and honestly, like majority of my samples, not much is happening with this one. We just have 5 elements. Now, if you are going to be making an analog sample, I strongly recommend having some good analog VSTs. My go-to being Analog Lab. Now, the first preset that comes in from Analog Lab is this asterisk, and that one comes from the Loophole 2 bank. Now, the chord progression we're playing with this one is fairly simple, and we are at a BPM of 143. All we did to begin with this chord progression is started with an F sharp minor triad, where we have this F sharp, this A, and this C sharp. Now, to change it up a little bit, all we did is we bumped the A up to B and the C sharp to D, keeping the notes really close together. He gives it that dark feeling, and it's a technique used by Cubeatz and Mike Dean a lot with their samples. We copy and paste that chord over one more time before we just change it a little bit by bumping the D down to the C sharp, keeping it yet again really close together. We copy and paste that one over, but then for the next 4 bars, we copy and paste the full thing over, but we're changing the root note, where instead of it being on F sharp, we're now on the key of D. But in context, this is what the pattern sounds like. Going on to the effects with this one, we kept it really simple due to the fact that there's literally nothing on it. The sound was really good, so I didn't want to add any external effects to it. Going on to the second version of Analog Lab, this one is the Curve preset, and that one comes in from the Analog Colors bank. Now, all we're doing with this one is keeping it really simple, following the exact same chord progression as the stabbed chords. The only difference is we've extended it and we're only kind of copying the top notes and the root note. What I mean by that is, as you can see, F sharp to C sharp to D, D again, back down to C sharp. That's repeating itself for the whole progression. Then for the root notes, F sharp down to the D, the exact same as the stabbed chords. But in context, this is what this pad sounds like. Sounds really whiny, but it is really faint in the background, and it's just used to fill up a certain frequency range. Going on to the effects with this one, nothing on it. It's a really good sound. We didn't want to put anything onto it. Going on to the next version of Analog Lab, this is the Ask Her Out preset that comes yet again from Analog Colors, and all we're doing with this one is just following the root notes and just finding a little bit of passing notes, where we have this F sharp, where it goes up to A, down to F sharp, then ending it on C, where we then bump it down to D, surprise, surprise, the root notes of the main chord progression, where we go A, and then ending it on this G sharp. These passing notes kind of give it a little bit of tension because it does clash with the original melody, but it's something that I personally liked. But in context, this pattern sounds like so. Keeping it really simple, having a decent amount of reverb on this sound as well kind of forced it back to, you know, the very far end of the melody. The effects with this one, nothing. Going on to the next Analog Lab though, the preset coming in from this one is the Atmos preset. That one also comes in from Analog Colors, and all we're doing is just something really simple. We have this C sharp playing throughout the whole pattern, and then we're just doing the root notes where we have F sharp down to D. But in context, this pattern sounds like so. As the name suggests, and as you can hear, it's kind of being used as a bit more of atmosphere and texture. It's not really there to stand out in the full sample. Going on to the next element though in this sample comes in from Serum. This one is the Analog Mafia bass. And if you do want to cop this preset, we'll be leaving a download link to it in the description. It's from a massive pack of mine. And if you do want to cop the full pack, we'll be leaving a purchase link to that one in the description as well. But all we're doing with this is playing a really simple bass pattern where we follow the root notes, but then we slide it up just to give it a little bit of variance. So as you can see, we have F sharp going up to A, back down to F sharp, to C sharp, up to D, keeping that one semitone change to make it sound dark, up to the A yet again, like the first half, down to the D, and then we're ending it on the G sharp, because G to F sharp is just one note in the scale, keeping it just really close together. But in context, this is what the bass sounds like. Keeping it really simple, and it just filled up a lot of that low end, which is what we were missing with this sample. Going on to the effects with both of the Analog Lab and the Serum. Analog Lab, nothing. With Serum, we do have a decapitator coming in where we're using the beefy preset, and we just changed a little bit of the knobs, just, you know, get it to fit in with the sample as decently as possible. Everything gets routed melody-wise to insert 5. Where we have an RC20 come in, we're using the Tri-Freeze preset. You want to cop that one? Download link will be in the description. Valhalla Vintage Verb comes in where we're using the concert hall mode, and the mix is on 20, pre-delay 0, decay 1.12, like at 300 Hertz. We didn't want to reverb the really low end. Guitar rig comes in where we're using the acoustic multi-bank with this one, and all we added was a room at the very end with the cosmic keys, and we changed the wet dry to 11% on the mix here. Master wet dry has been changed to 60%. Now everything including the bass gets routed to insert 7, which all we're doing is we have a sound shifter where we pitch it up 2. So instead of it being on F sharp, it's now in the key of G sharp. But yeah, that is the easy way that you can make an analog sounding sample for an artist such as Travis Scott or Don Toliver inside of FL Studio. If you are new here and you did like the video, would greatly appreciate it if you do punch that subscribe button. And while you're at it, might as well flick that little bell so you get notified every single time that a video drops. Friendly reminder that I do stream live over on Twitch, so if you do want to catch up with the shenanigans live, would greatly appreciate it if you follow me over there as well. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you all next week for another video.